Let's talk about what you need to know to hook up a trailer. So one of the first things you need to know when towing a trailer is what kind of trailer do you plan on towing. This is a tongue pull trailer, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. There's also fifth wheel and gooseneck trailers, which have a completely different hitch setup that go in the back of a pickup truck versus this is a pull behind or a tongue pull trailer. So this is the coupler, and this is going to connect to the ball on your hitch. The hitch is this part right here that connects to your receiver in your tow vehicle. There are different types of couplers. They all function more or less the same. They are designed to receive this ball into the coupler, and there's different mechanisms for latching, but they're all going to have some sort of latching mechanism, which is this right here on this trailer. And what this does is this locks that ball into place once it is seated up in there. There are also different size couplers. So this one is a 2 5/16 ball, so that's what you need to have on your vehicle. 2 5/16 is a larger than standard ball. There are 3 normal standard sizes, but the 2 5/16 is the largest. Then below that is a 2-inch, and then below that is a 1 7/8. Most trailers are going to have a 2-inch coupler, but if it's a big trailer, it'll have a 2 5/16, or if it's a small trailer, it might have a 1 7/8. This is a 2 5/16, so make sure that you have a 2 5/16 ball and that your hitch and your receiver are both rated for the amount of weight that you're going to be towing with a larger trailer that requires that larger ball. And we'll talk about that. Next, we have safety chains. So there should be 2 safety chains, and ideally they're going to have hooks that have spring-loaded locks on them. That's a safety feature. Older trailers just have a standard hook or an S-clip. New trailers should have this spring clip. If it doesn't, consider upgrading to hooks that do. And additionally, we have our wiring connector. There are different styles of connectors. This is a 7-pin. This is going to be the standard for your larger trailers. And there's also a 4-pin connector that's standard for your smaller trailers. And here, you'll see this device right here. They all look a little different, but this is an emergency trailer brake device. And what this does is it's connected with an extra clip right here. And what happens is if this trailer breaks away from the tow vehicle, this will pull and it'll engage the trailer brakes automatically when this gets pulled out. So that's what this is for. It should be engaged with your safety chains on your tow vehicle. Once you have double checked to make sure that your tow vehicle is capable of towing your trailer, that your hitch, your receiver, your trailer, everything is good, all of your weight numbers check out, you're good to hook up the trailer. All right, so you can see I got it pretty much under the coupler, but not all the way. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and lower the jack, and the coupler should just kind of fall onto the trailer ball. Give the truck a little shake, and there it goes. So you saw it kind of seat into place. That means we can go ahead and lock the coupler and continue raising the jack. So we've got the coupler in place. The next thing we're going to do is get these safety chains hooked up. And you'll notice that one safety chain comes off of the left side of the trailer and one safety chain comes off of the right side of the trailer. These chains should be crossed under the tongue, and I'll show you why. So I've got my chains hooked up, and notice that they're really close to the ground. And that's not good. They can drag on the ground and cause sparks, and that's actually a pretty significant hazard for wildfires, and it's just also not good for your chains. So there's an easy solution. You're going to just take your chain off, give it some twists, and that will take out some slack in the links, and then go ahead and rehook it up. We'll do that to the other one. Now when you're crossing these chains and tightening them up, You don't want them too tight. There does need to be slack because as you turn, you need that slack to be able to turn with the vehicle. So not too tight. That's much better. It's up off the ground, so we're not going to be causing any damage to either the forest or our chains. So the purpose behind crossing the chains is that if there was a failure where the trailer became disconnected from the tow vehicle, which has actually happened to me, and I don't know if it was my fault or a failure, but it did happen. And the point of the cross is that when that happens, the coupler will fall and be caught by the chains so that it doesn't fall into the road, causing more damage to the road and the trailer and possibly your vehicle. Instead, it'll just be caught by the chains and you can come to a safer stop that way. So that's the reason why we cross these. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to hook up the electrical connection to the trailer. And this is a 7-pin connector, so we're going to go into 7-pin connector up here. There's also the 4-pin, which looks completely different. It's flat bladed. This is round. And so it is keyed. So there's a flat piece on the end of the 7-pin, and it's going to slide in with the key at the bottom. And there's a locking tab on this so that this doesn't accidentally get yanked out on this. So make sure that engages as well. So we're going to do one last final check. Make sure everything's good. Our trailer brake connector is hooked up. Our chains are secure. Our electrical connection is secure. We don't want it to drag, so we're going to create a little bit of a loop right here just so it doesn't drag on the ground. But again, just like the chains, it needs to have some in it so that it can make turns. And I think we're good to go. The last thing we need to do is a walk around of the trailer to make sure that all the lights and all the equipment is functional. So any trailer over 80 inches needs to have clearance lights, which this one does, and they're working. It's a little hard to see on camera, I think, because it's bright out, but they're working. Needs to have a functional license plate light, which this one does, so good there. Rear marker lights, functional. Rear side marker lights, functional. We got the brake lights. Those are our center rear marker lights. Looks good. Everything looks good. Spare tire. Loose, but good. All right. We're good to go. This is just a video on how to hitch up a trailer. If you want to know everything you need to know about towing your first trailer, click this link up in the corner where I've got a video that shows you everything you need to know about can you pull your trailer.